If I'm the Philadelphia 76ers this summer, I'm going in on one guy. There is one guy I want. I want Chris Paul. There will be another video in which I explain why this will probably be a two-team race between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks for the services of Chris Paul. But if I'm Philly, I don't let Milwaukee get a chance. They got Giannis. He's healthier than Embiid. He's more determined than Embiid in my estimations. He's proven more than Embiid right at this point in their careers. You know, and all Giannis needs is a jumper, and he's there, right? He's all-time level great. I look, if I'm Philly, I'm not even giving Milwaukee the chance to get in this conversation. As soon as I have the opportunity, I am going out and getting Chris Paul. And I think they got the talent to do so. And I think they could keep Tobias Harris. I believe that. I think Josh Richardson and Ben Simmons gets that deal done. I believe it. And here's why I got the right to believe that. Think about this, right? Billy Donovan, now the former head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder. A couple weeks ago, Sam Presti came out and said, look, Billy Donovan wanted certain promises and he wanted to know the future of our franchise. And we couldn't tell him certain things. We couldn't make certain promises. And he left. He said, we're going to just part ways at this time. What is there to talk about in OKC? All they got is picks. They traded Paul George and got picks. Who are we talking about? Steven Adams? Steven Adams is a lifer there. He's probably going to spend the remainder of his career in OKC. They're going to do the same thing with him they did with Nick Collison. I know Adams is obviously a much better player than Nick Collison. But, I mean, his contract is reasonable. They're not trading Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's one of the centerpieces of that franchise. I mean, you traded him. You traded him in a trade in which you seen your franchise guy PG go. You're not moving off of him. If you move off him, that makes to a degree makes the Paul George trade stupid. You're gonna let him grow. The guy that the only conversation to be had in that organization, the guy making $45 million a year pretty much, is Chris Paul. That's what this was about. Chris Paul and his future in OKC was not a guarantee. So Billy Donovan was like, yo, I had to coach Russell Westbrook, all right? I finally found somebody who's great. He's literally the opposite of Russell Westbrook in every which way. Guys, listen to him. He's smart with the basketball. He's got a high IQ. I want to be with him if I'm going to stay in Oklahoma City. I want to coach that guy. Y'all don't know if he's going to be around or not? Fine, I get it. Thank y'all for the opportunity. I'm going to go do this in Chicago. That's what happened, right? If that is true, which I believe it is, if Chris Paul is available, if you're Philly, man, damn this thing with Ben Simmons and Embiid. I don't know if this thing's going to ever work out. Maybe it does one day. Maybe they Kareem and Magic it. And they win championships, compete for championships in Philly. I don't have time to wait on that. Here's what I know. Joel Embiid has had a crap ton of injuries in his career. And I'm going to consider it, I'm going to compare him to Yao Ming in a lot of regards. Dude's over 7 feet. He's much more agile than Yao, but Yao took better care of his body than Embiid did. So I got to believe that if Yao didn't get to 40, late 30s, I don't believe Embiid's going to get to 40. I believe Embiid's got 3 or 4 more years at the level he's playing at where he can give you 60, 65 games a year and compete for a championship. That's what I believe he's got. You don't have time to waste is the point I'm trying to make. You don't have 10 years. This ain't Giannis. Giannis could essentially, and he might not want to do this, Giannis could sign another 3 or 4 year deal with Milwaukee, be about 30, and then go elsewhere. And then at that point, people will be like, yo, he gave it all he could with Milwaukee. They just couldn't bring talent to Milwaukee. I don't think you got that kind of time with Embiid. I think you need to be competing for championships every year with this big fella. Because you don't know. You don't know when is when with him. And now Ben Simmons is starting to break down. Philly could have legitimately made some noise this year. But Ben broke down. They're one of the few teams that were unhealthy going into the bubble, with Ben's body. Ben had all that time to get healthy, and he still got injured again. And I think that should be the last that he gets in Philly. If I'm OKC, you're damn right I want somebody of Ben Simmons' talent He's young, impressionable still. I hope he is, at least. I want him around Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You want to know why? Ben's under contract. He's going to be making over $30 million in the next few years. I want to attach this gentleman to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's still on a rookie deal right now. I want to attach him to Shai and let him build and grow with Shai and figure out his game and know where to get him the right spots. I think Ben will be a lot better with a guy on the perimeter with him that he can find and allow to play make and all that. Ben can grow up, Shai can grow up together, right? And I think Gilgeous-Alexander will use some of the things that Chris Paul had instilled in him and hopefully make Ben Simmons a better player. If that is true, I think Philly should go Ben Simmons for Chris Paul. You got to throw in Josh Richardson, fine. If you can find a way to keep, obviously you're not trading Embiid, find a way to keep Tobias alongside Chris Paul and Joel Embiid, you telling me that's a team that's not going to compete in the East next year? I mean, not named Brooklyn. What team in the East would have more talent than them? If I'm Philly, go out right now and go see what OKC wants for Chris Paul. Get it done. They already got 1,000 picks. I don't think they want too many more picks. At some point, they don't have enough roster space to draft with all the picks they got, right? Like they're gonna run out of. They can only bring so many guys in on guaranteed deals every year. They don't need more picks. They need some assets. And Ben Simmons is a tangible asset. Hall of Fame potential. All-star every year potential. And you want to go put that alongside a guy that's a better scorer than him. And I think it works out for both teams. If I am Philly, I get on that phone right now and pair up Chris Paul with that veteran leadership. And we saw last year when he rededicates his body and refocuses, there's something left in the tank. And I know CP3 doesn't want to waste the rest of his prime in OKC. As great as they were and as great as that run they made this year, they still lost in the first round at the end of the day to a Rockets team that wasn't even competitive against the Lakers in the next round. So you know what that means. And you put that man around Embiid, you give him one last chance. You get one more focused version of Chris Paul. And you put him around a guy Embiid who needs to see somebody like Chris Paul's work ethic and what he brings to the table. I think it's a match made in heaven. I think Tobias could use it. I think a lot of these guys could use it in Philly. I think the culture of Philly could use it. And I think Chris Paul will fit in well with the city of brotherly love. The next year might be played in a bubble, so he ain't got to worry about leaving his wherever area he's in right now. I know he's got a crib out in L.A. I know he had a crib out in Houston. Hey, look, camp out in Florida for 9 months. If I'm Philly, that's the move I'm making.
It's my one life, and I give it everything I got. I am music. I am sports. I am the culture.